Hello and welcome to the Hemi Hideout. My name is John Hovis and I'd like to welcome and thank each and every one of you for coming out today. Unfortunately, I could not be here, and many times people want to put a face on the name or just wonder what kind of a nut would put a project like this together. I'm going to try to answer a few questions that are commonly asked, but first I would like to tell about 3 individuals that played a major role in this project. Bill Seitz is a local, well-known car artist that I became friends with years ago. He became our project coordinator and really the reason why we built the Hemi Hideout. He played a major role here. He's also did a lot of the artwork on the walls, our Hemi Hideout logo, and also the mosaic that's in the floor in the center of the Hemi Hideout. Shelley Gates is an interior decorator. She brought the woman's touch and youth to what 3 old goats were trying to put together and really finished the building off and made it elegant and beautiful. Don Looney, out of San Diego, California, is a landscape and building architect, one of the best in the country in my opinion. He helped us finish out the Hemi Hideout, and if you walk around the building, you'll see that his capabilities in landscape design are second to none. Also, maybe 30 other people that helped put this project together, friends that helped haul signs, hang the signs, just threw their 2 cents worth in, really helped finish this building off and made it what it is today. Now, a commonly asked question is what inspired me to build this? If you ask me, I'll tell you I had vision. If you ask my wife, she'll tell you I'm crazy. But in any event, I was inspired to build this. I wanted to build a man cave slash kind of a museum thing and focus on Dodge and Plymouth cars and oil and gas signs from days gone by, my days. The Dodge and Plymouth cars that are in the building are all Hemi or 446 pack powered, and these are the cars of my day. I tell everybody that everyone hangs on to the cars and music of their day, and this is certainly the case here in the Hemi Hideout. Let's go over here and check out some of my favorites. In 1968, Dodge introduced the Corvette Super Bee. It was an introductory muscle car that was basically a family car with a stripe and hood scoops. It was Dodge's answer to the Plymouth Roadrunner that was already a huge success. Back in 1970, I was 18 years old. I thought this car was a cat's meow, and I was quite proud to drive one around back in the day. Looking back, and years have gone by, and I've looked at paid a lot of attention to all the models that Dodge and Plymouth put out. I believe the 1971 Plymouth Cuda was probably the most styled and the prettiest of all the Dodge and Plymouth entries that they had to offer for the day. I think Dodge had the world by the tail. Let's take a look at some of the building construction. Okay then, the Hemi Hideout is 21,700 square feet. We wanted to build a building that would have a wow factor that would complement all the signs in the cars. It's called a scissor arch, the way it goes up and crosses in the center. All the arches were hand planed. It's 41 feet tall in the clear story and 53 feet tall on top of the cupola. All right, let's talk about construction. The Hemi Hideout is put together with Douglas fir. It's the only species in the United States that will span these distances. They don't use the center of the tree because it splits. So all 4 center pieces in the middle of the building all came from one tree. It's mortise and tenon construction, all to put together with oak dowels. This is the way that the Amish typically build their barns that you see up in the Midwest. And while we're on the subject of wood, I'd like to point out something that's close to my heart. One of my favorite features about the Hemi Hideout is the use of all the old wood and paint as seen in this venue here. In the late 1800s, my grandparents immigrated from the country of Armenia and settled in Brookshire, Texas. They built a 2-story dry goods store and lived above the store. About 35 years ago, my dad and I tore this building down and saved all the wood and paint that's representative of our family coming to America 130 some odd years ago. One of the most commonly asked questions is how long did it take to collect all these signs? As it sits today, it took 3 years to accumulate, haul, hang, and display everything the way you see it today. Some of my favorite signs are the W.J. Pete Firestone Tire sign. That's a porcelain sign with milk glass letters. That type of advertisement was typical in the 20s. The spur came from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. That's one of my very favorite signs. There's over 1,200 signs in the building now. Only 280 of those signs are neon. Another question is, are the signs real? They are real. We have a few that are reproductions that we started out with at first, and now all the signs that, for say 98% of the signs, are real collectible dealership signs. You folks might look around and see a building full of signs, and I see a building that's got holes everywhere. So that you probably put 3 times as many signs in here as it sits now. The more you jam in, the prettier it gets. Before you leave, make sure that you check out our back porch. There's a lot of pretty signs and decorations on that end of the building. Also, make sure you go out to our water gardens on the other side of the entrance. Very beautiful. A lot of time and effort's been put into the gardening and landscaping of this property. We are an event center. We do rent this place out for private events. We've had receptions, rehearsal dinners, galas, fundraisers, you name it, we've done it, and they all seem to be a big success. We have public events that you might want to come to. All you have to do is take a card or talk to one of our hosts here today, and they'll tell you when the next car club or open house might be. But again, it's by reservation only. We invite anyone, anytime, to come by and visit by appointment only. So again, if you want to come by yourself or bring family, please feel free to contact Shelley. We have several volunteers wearing the Hemi Hideout name tags that can answer questions, and they're here to make you feel warm and welcome. Thanks again. Okay, so that was then, and this is now. We currently have about 3,500 pieces in this collection. Lots changed since 6 years ago when you saw the first video there. And we're going to do some videos around the building, explain some of the key things that we have here, and talk about specifics once we're done with the video.